Hello dear students, myself dmsharma. Today I have come with a new subject and a new topic, and that is economics. So friends, I welcome you all in the very first lesson of economics of Standard 12 Gujarat board. So friends, first of all I would like to give you a brief introduction about the subject, like how many lessons are included in your syllabus, what is the weightage of each lesson, how the lessons are divided in each sections, means a complete blueprint I will share with you. So friends, let's start. So friends, here you can see a complete blueprint of economic subject of Standard 12. In the first column, number of lessons, in the second column, name of the lessons, and then sections are given, in which section A, which is for MCQ, each question for 1 mark. Section B is for VSQ, means very short question, each question for 1 mark. In section C, short questions are asked for 2 marks each question. In section D, short questions are asked for 3 marks each question. And in section E, essay type questions, means long questions, are asked each question for 5 marks. And here total marks of the lessons are mentioned. So you have total 11 lessons. You can see over here how each lesson is divided among different sections that we will see. So friends, you can see the first lesson, graphs in economics. In this lesson, 1 MCQ, 1 short question for 2 marks, and 1 long question. In that, graph is asked. So total weightage of this chapter is 8 marks. In the second lesson, indicators of growth and development, 2 MCQs, 1 very short question, 2 short questions each for 2 marks, and 1 short question each for 3 marks will be asked. So the total weightage of this lesson is 10 marks. Lesson number 3, money and inflation. In this lesson, 1 MCQ, 2 very short question, and 1 essay type question is asked. So total weightage of this lesson is 8 marks. In the fourth lesson, money and monetary policy, 1 MCQ, 2 VSQ, 1 short question for 2 marks, and 1 short question for 3 marks is asked. So total weightage of this lesson is also 8 marks. Then lesson number 5, poverty. From this lesson, 1 MCQ, 2 very short question, 1 short question for 2 marks, no question from section D, and 1 long question for 5 marks is asked. So the total weightage of this lesson is 10 marks. Lesson number 6, unemployment. From this lesson, 2 MCQs, 1 very short question, 2 questions in section C, each of 2 marks, and 1 question in section D for 3 marks is asked. So total weightage of unemployment is also 10 marks. Lesson number 7, population. In this chapter, 1 MCQ, 1 very short question, 1 question in section D for 3 marks, and 1 question in section E for 5 marks is asked. So total weightage of this lesson is also 10 marks. Now 8th lesson, agriculture sector. From this lesson, no MCQ is asked, but 2 very short questions are asked. Then 1 question is asked in section D for 3 marks, and 1 question is asked in section E for 5 marks. So total weightage of this lesson is also 10 marks. Now lesson number 9, foreign trade. From this lesson, 1 question is asked in MCQ, 2 questions are asked in section C, each of 2 marks, and 1 question is asked in section D, 1 question for 3 marks. So total weightage of this lesson is also 8 marks. And second last lesson, industrial sector, 1 MCQ, 2 questions in section C, each for 2 marks, and 1 question in section D for 3 marks. And total weightage of this lesson is also 8 marks. And the last lesson, emerging issues in Indian economy. In this lesson, 1 MCQ, 1 very short question, 1 3 marks question in section D, and 1 5 marks question in section E. So total weightage of this lesson is also 10 marks. So here you can see the complete blueprint. According to this, you have to prepare. So friends, today we will start our first lesson, graphs in economics. Friends, in our day-to-day life, we observe many economic events taking place around us, like price rise, increase or decrease in demand or supply of a particular commodity, unemployment, poverty, rate of literacy, rate of population, import export, etc. Economics explains and analyzes these important economic events. Economics do purposefully analysis of the statistical data provided by state government, banks, or any international organizations. A lay person or a normal person do not get interested in discussion or analysis done by the experts of such events, but their attention can be drawn when such information is presented by the way of pictures. Friends, you take your own example. If someone gives you a 200 pages book without any picture, with the textual and numerical information, and say read it thoroughly, you will read, but will you pay attention? So will you read it with the interest? Even we read some of our subjects at the time of exam only, because we have to pass the exam, that's why we have to read such subjects. But if someone gives you a comics books, then you will pay attention, you will take interest in that, because you will see pictures. The pictures explains the theme of the project in very short time period. So friends, nowadays the whole world is affected with coronavirus. Suppose you are interested to know the per day new cases of corona and per day deaths in US. Someone gives you two kinds of reports. So you only decide which report you will like most. Friends, you can see the first report on your screen of United States, in which the per day new cases and per day deaths due to corona has been mentioned. This is the 2 pages reports. This is the second page. You can see here the numerical and textual information, and this is the second report, in which the information is presented with the help of graph. So friends, you can see and you can conclude that the information which is presented through graph is very easy to understand. You can see in the first graph, confirmed cases per day have been mentioned. On the x axis, dates have been mentioned, and on the y axis, number of cases per day have been mentioned. And in the second graph, also on the x axis, dates have been mentioned, and on the y axis, number of deaths have been mentioned. So now you only decide which method is more convenient or suitable to you. Definitely you would say that the method in which the information is presented with the help of graph is more suitable or more convenient, because it saves our time and we can pay our attention very easily towards a picture. Friends, certain informations pertaining to economic changes can be expressed by the way of pictures easily. Generally, two types of pictures are used to depict such information. One, diagrams, and second, graphs. So, what is the meaning of diagrams and graphs, and what is the basic difference between them? We will discuss. Friends, we will see the difference between diagrams and graphs. For that, we will prepare this table. In the first column, we will write the points of difference, then column of diagram, and then graph. So, first of all, we will understand the meaning. Friends, please pay attention, this is very important question. It has been asked in the board exam, and from this question only, two more questions you will learn, that is meaning of diagram and meaning of graphs. So, the meaning of diagram is a representation of observable data by a way of picture. It is drawn for data which are presented in discrete frequency distribution. Friends, this is the main and basic difference As you can see, it is drawn for the data which are presented in discrete frequency distribution. This is the main difference between diagrams and graphs. Otherwise, the first three lines are same in graphs also. You read, graph is a representation of observable data by a way of picture. The same lines are here also, but the difference is this: it is drawn for data with continuous frequency distribution. So in diagrams, discrete frequency distribution is used, and in graphs, continuous frequency distribution is used. So this is the main difference between diagrams and graphs. The second point, knowledge of statistics. So friends, diagrams are drawn for self-explanatory data. Means, to draw diagrams, no need of the data given by any organization or state government. It is the self-explanatory. So you can use your own data. So it is the self-explanatory. So detailed knowledge of statistics is not required to draw a diagram, but graphs cannot be drawn for self-explanatory data. It is drawn with the help of statistical data provided by states, means state government you can say, banks or international organizations. So detailed knowledge of statistics is required here. Means, to draw a graph, the detailed knowledge of or the thorough knowledge of statistics is required. The third point, paper. Friends, diagram can be drawn on a simple paper like pie diagram. You don't need to take the graph paper here. You can draw the diagram on a single paper. But graph is drawn on a graph paper only, and it can be extended using 4 quadrants obtained by the intersection of x-axis and y-axis. Friends, you know how to draw a graph, and what are the 4 quadrants of the graph. You know this. So a graph is drawn on a graph paper, but the diagram can be drawn on a simple paper. And the last, fourth point, diagrams are used for conveying information to general public or laypersons. Means, as it is the self-explanatory, so you can make understand to a common man, to a general public. But graphs are used by researchers and educationalists. So graph cannot be used by a lay person or a common man. So graphs are not used for conveying informations to general public. So friends, these were 4 important difference between graphs and diagrams. So you have to learn this, and you have to write in your notebook also. So friends, we stop here today. In my next video, we will see the importance of diagrams and graphs and aspects to be considered while drawing a graph or a diagram. Till then, stay at home and keep study. Goodbye.